Hello, can you guys hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Okay. Right, so this version is version 4.04. This has, there's been lots of reported issues with the mod, so I've made some major changes, and because it's quite a big mod, I've decided to release 4.04 before I release 4.10. 4.10 will be the one that has the transfers and so on. The link will be posted after this live video has gone up. The reason I'm doing it this way is because I want people to watch the video and to carefully understand the instructions, and also to look at the documents that I show in this video. This is really important because a lot of people are reporting problems, and it's very clear when I help them that they have not followed the instructions. So hopefully this method will be clear and you'll be able to follow along. Okay, so let's start with the initial install. So we have here a RAR file, and what you want to go in to do, you want to go to your Origin games, and you want to go to FIFA 14, and this is where you're going to install. Now, the original way to install is to install it using the installer that I supply, which I'm going to show you now. So we're going to open this up, and we're going to extract files. I'm going to choose my installation. Obviously I'm walking you through this, and I'm sure you guys can do this bit with no problems at all. So we're going to choose the installer version, okay, and just let that unpack. Okay, now this version includes version 4.01 to 4.03 hotfixes as well. So a lot of those issues for some people they didn't work. So what I decided to do is add a folder called manual install, and I will talk about that afterwards. But very simply, the first steps are, what you want to do is open up this file and just check to make sure that everything you're doing is being done correctly. So you open this up, and I've got a little note here. I'm just going to read this out for you, but of course you can open this and read this for yourselves as well. So basically, the updates fix removes and adds new data. In some situation, the fixes can only be applied to new career mode saves. Previous career mode saves can be saved and installed, but some of the fixes will not be applied. And just to clarify there, some fixes that have been made in this version will mean that in the versions that you've saved, the careers that you've played, the bugs that I've fixed, they are not fixed in that version that you are currently playing. So any game that you play going forward using this mod, you will then be able to play, and you should, fingers crossed, be able to play without any crashes. Okay, so now what I'm going to say here, in all cases, to benefit from the fixes, the latest database must be selected and installed using FIP version manager. And I hope now that you guys are really getting used to FIP version manager now and understanding how it works. There are some situations where loading previous career mode is no longer possible. Each update will be clearly marked below. So in every update you will see this text now which says what version of the update you're installing, and can you continue career mode. In this situation I'm putting no. And what that means, as I've just clarified, is that yes, you can install your previous career mode, but the fixes that are provided in this update will mean that those fixes are not done, and so therefore if your save is affected by this, by any of the changes here, it will eventually crash. For example, if you're playing in League 2 and you get to near the end of the season, that crash will exist in any career mode that you are currently playing, but it doesn't in this one. Okay, and then below here it says previous version 4.0, and what this means is that anytime it says previous, it will tell you which versions you need to install before you can install this version. So in this case it's just version 4 and 4.4 FIP14 is the next version. The other hotfixes that are released are now gone, and they've been incorporated into this update. So the first steps are going to be the installer. Now, first of all, what you want to do is you want to back up your existing database and FIP version manager before installing this update. Now, you're going to do that anyway because you may have made some changes, you may have made some updates and things like that that you want to keep. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into version manager and very simply just go over here and type in my backup, give it a date, whatever you want to do, and then that's it. And then if you want to make any notes, then this is what you do here. Okay, that's what you do, and then just save that version. Now that will be saved now forever. Okay, so you don't need to worry about that. So if you've made any of your own personal changes, that's fine. However, you must understand that the personal changes that you've made and the changes that I have made will not necessarily match, and so you're only really saving this for your own reference to save your own time. And there is no way I'm going to be able to help you to get your version of the mod working correctly. My responsibility basically is to what I release, not what you are doing yourselves. I hope you can understand that. So that's now done. So that's the first step. And then again, back up any files you wish to keep. So if you've added any new kits, so for example, if you've added any new kits in here, if you've added any new faces as well in here, if you've added new stadiums, trophies, any graphics, anything like that, you're going to want to back that stuff up before you install that. Okay, make sure you do that, because I saw the other day that somebody lost a lot of the faces that they were making because they installed this mod. So I know that people are still not following this step. Alright, so, and as I've explained just now, failure to do steps 1 to 2 may result in this content being lost forever. Okay, now the next step is to unpack the RAR, which I've already done, and you want to double click the installer to run the installer. So that's what we're going to do. So very simply, what you want to do is you want to go into your FIFA14 folder and locate where are we? This file here, update FIP14 version 404 installer. You want to right click on here, yeah. Actually, no, you don't. You just need to double click on it here and let it run. And there's quite a lot for it to do, so just let it do what it needs to do. Let the console close and just do these. Get rid of all of these. There we go. Okay, on your computer you may not need to do these things. This is because I have a special version. Okay. Okay, so that's it. So it takes quite a while to do this version. The steps that you just added there will not be in the final release. I will remove those before close. And then once that's done, you close the console. And now what you can do is you can go into FIP version manager, which is here. And you'll be able to select the new version 4.04. Okay. All right, so that's how it works. That's very simply how it works. So you open that up, you install it, and you click apply, and then you're ready to go. Okay. Now sometimes the installer may fail. Okay, and that's where this next step comes into play. Okay, so I'm going to show you what you can do. And you're not going to like it, but this is unfortunately the work that you do not get to see. So with the manual version here, what we're going to do is we're going to, let me drag this over here, and we're going to extract here. Now the first thing that you're going to want to do is when you open up manual install, you're going to see this file here called delete list. Now the steps are, if this batch script doesn't work, which some people have said the batch scripts do not work, then you have to follow these instructions. And it's not fun, let me tell you, because there are lots and lots of files that need to be removed. But what you have to do is you have to go through and you need to find these files. Now some of these I may have already removed them, but you will see this here will tell you where they're located and what you need to remove. Okay, so for example here, I think I may have already removed this in a previous update, but if we go to FIP and we go to scoreboard, I think this is already gone. Pop up, and yeah, it has actually been excuse me, has actually been removed already, so that's good. Let me find a file that definitely has not. So as you can see, there are lots, and I mean lots, of files, and it's not going to be fun, but this is the only solution I have, really. There are files in here that you just can't use, so what you need to do is you need to go in here, need to search, probably easier if you go into kit actually. Data, senior assets, kit, it's kit number, excuse me, kit numbers, and then search, and you find that file, and you will need to do that for all of these files. There are lots. So I really do hope that you follow these instructions, because if you don't, this is the steps you have to take, because there are so many files that need to be removed. Okie dokie. Once you've done that, you will also need to ensure that all of these files are removed. Now these files here are very important. All of them, they all have to be removed, every single instance of it. So let's see if any of these are actually in my version currently. Okay, so I've already removed them all. These files are what is causing pretty much all of the crashes that people are seeing, so you must ensure that these are gone. The installer will get rid of these automatically for you. Okay, so once you've done all of that, and it's going to take you a long time, then you can then just go back in. Make sure you obviously go back to this file here, go to this file here, and you take all of these things and you copy them here. Okay, so these will go and copy here. Okay, and what you will do is you'll overwrite when it asks you to. I'm not going to do that because I don't need those files, but that's what you will need to do. Alright, actually what I will do, put them here. So yeah, you copy it over into your FIFA 14 directory and replace. Okay, so once you've deleted all of these files, you do this step and then you will have the update and it will work. That's the best solution I could come up with. Unfortunately, when you have a mod as huge as this, sometimes you get files and there are files that are left over that cause problems. Some of these graphics that are in here have caused crashes and so on, languages and so on that have caused crashes, so that's why they're still in there. So I'm going to go to chat now and see if you guys are able to follow that clearly enough. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, hopefully I'll be able to run this on my 12-year-old laptop. I think you probably will be able to. Yeah, there's no reason to tell me to speed up, pal. I don't see why you won't be able to. It's got old syntax in it for in the installer, so you should be able to do it. It works on like Windows XP and all that sort of stuff. As for the mod, if that's what you're speaking about, I'm not sure. You'll soon find out. Please show how to back up face and theme. So the theme, so that there is no way to back up the theme, but to back up faces, that's the simple, literally simple computer use, really. So look, faces, backup, over here, and then you go to Origin Games, you go to your FIFA, go to data, scene assets, and then you back up whichever file you want. So that would be this one, this one, this one, this one. Or if it's like a specific player, then you need to search for their ID. So let's choose an ID in here. Let's choose this player. So you want to keep this player because you know it's a new player, and you pop that in there. And then once you've found all of those files, you take that and you copy that to your backup. And you do that before you've installed any updates. I hope that helps. Okay, just a question. This update could fix the crashes of the stadiums. Yeah, so the stadiums, what you'll notice after this is the stadiums have now been repackaged. The problem with the stadiums, and the reason my files are a little bit all over the place, is this laptop that I'm using currently is damaged. The hard drive on it is damaged, and what's been happening, it's been corrupting files. So this is going to be one of the last times I actually use this laptop. Okay, can we download just version 4 and set it up on a clean FIFA 14? Yes, you can. Yep, you can, but make sure you install the updates to version 4.04 because you'll have problems otherwise with version 4. It's only a version 4 Stadium. There is no versions without stadiums. Yes, there are. There are ALP versions and so on. The version that I've just shown you was just a tutorial version, if you like, just to show you where these files are. I think, to be honest, I've been doing it this way for about 2 years now. So most people should be able to know how to use Version Manager, how to back things up. And if you don't, you just need to go to my channel, subscribe if you haven't already, and just look at my old videos because the system is pretty much the same. So if you go to old FIP14 version 3 videos, the installation is the same. So that's all you need to do, is just go back to that and check that. Okay. Belicta, show please game. In fact, no, I'm not showing any teams or anything like that today. If they have already edited the 4.03 database and you release the new 4.04, do I do everything in vain? I edited the Russian Premier League. No, because with your edits, well, yes you have, but because you've talked about updating the Russian league, then what I can probably do is help you with that, and then we can use your updates in the next version of FIP. Okay, that's what we could probably do. All right, so I wouldn't worry about you losing that stuff. Just do it, and then I will make a version where I can include most, if not all, of your changes. But we need to talk about that, and I'll explain to you how I'm going to do that and make it easier for you. But yeah, I've said this many times with things like this. I create this mod. This mod takes a long time to create. Both this version, FIP16, and any other versions that are created, they all take a long time to create. And we do not create them for you to mod, in the respect that this is a complete mod. You should be able to take it and play it. Now, a lot of people want to mod it, but a lot of people don't want to do everything that they need to do. And some people won't even watch this video, for example, to learn what it is you need to do to save files. So my caveat with all of this stuff is I create a mod, I release a mod, and then what you do with it is up to you, and you need to find the solution. I'll try and help where possible, but if you want to update the database, then that's all on you. I can't do anything. And if somebody reports an error that I haven't been able to see and it breaks the game, I have to make the changes and I have to release them. There's nothing I can do about it. So anybody that updates this game will have to you're going to have to take the responsibility for yourselves, and that's why Version Manager's in there, so you can save your database and come back to it, make the edits, and then put those edits back in the game in a future update. And you're going to have to learn how to do that yourselves, I'm afraid, guys. I hope that makes sense. I don't think that made very good sense, to be honest. So I'm going to the hospital tomorrow, so I'm not quite with it today. The easiest way, in case the batch file doesn't work, extract the file, then go to update 404, and then paste the game folder. No, you can't do that. That's not the easiest way. That's not how it works, because version 404 is not set up that way. So when you go to here, that is specifically why there is a manual install version, because in update 404 it's set up like this. It's set up specifically for the installer. It's not for that. So if you want to install it manually, you have to install the manual install version. Okay, so this is not correct. Okay, that's incorrect. So I need to download version 4, version 4.04 and Stadiums. Am I right? Yes, you are. If you've not downloaded anything else before, that's what your steps will need to be. The Stadiums can go in at any point, of course, after you've downloaded and installed version 4. Just one more question. At what point in the installation of the mod and the updates should we install the Stadiums? Oh, I've just said that, yeah. So basically, you can put them in at any point, really, because there's nothing in the mod. So, for example, if you have a clean FIFA 14, you could put the Stadiums straight in there and then install the mod. The mod itself doesn't include any Stadium data, so you can do that whenever you wish. Okay, so before version 4, after version 4, and so on. Will there be FIFA and UEFA tournaments? Yes, of course. I mean, yeah. Yes, they are all in there. You're talking about tournament mode. Sorry, I forget. So yes, I have added tournament mode in this version. You will now be able to play the real groups in the Champions League. You'll be able to play the Libertadores, the FIFA World Cup, and all of those versions. You'll still be able to play those now. Okay, so this is basically the final version of the summer-winter transfers. Sorry, the summer transfers. The winter transfers are coming next. I'd like to know for the update version 4.4, can it be installed direct if I uninstall to install the fresh fit? Yes, I've just shown in the video. The way you ask me questions, I feel like you're trolling me a lot. In this video, I've just answered those questions. How to solve problem with this is already solved. So this issue here was an issue that was fixed in version 4.02. No, sorry, version 4.03 as well. This was definitely fixed, but people keep saying that they've still got this issue. So this is where the problem with the installer came up, and that's why I introduced a manual install version. So if you are still getting this issue, that means that your installer is not working. I don't know why it doesn't work. Actually, I do know why. If you go to your FIFA and go to properties, what it should say is, where are we? So under security, you want to be shared with everyone, and you want to have full control, okay, and no special permissions. If yours is set up differently to that, then you may have problems with the installer. I don't know why people have admin on their folder, but some people do. All right. Okay, pretty much. Thanks. Okay, yes. Oh, okay. So let me think. What else have I added? Right. So let me just quickly show you whilst I'm here. So when you go to go into the mod, you will now see in theme, I've added a new theme by Emran Ahmad. This is the FIFA 22 version of the theme. So you can now install this directly. So that's one version. All of these themes have now been updated. So some people were having problems where they couldn't navigate to different menus. This should be updated now. Please, with these themes, if you try them and you're still having problems navigating, please let me know, because I can't test it because I have an original version of the game. I don't have a non-origin version, so therefore I cannot test that change. So I have to rely on you guys, the community, to do that. Okay, I've also added a new scoreboard that was sent to me by a guy called Techless, and that is a FIFA 22 inspired themes. So those are now in there as well, so you can load those up in the scoreboard as well. New boots have also been added. What I will do is I'll actually show you what boots have actually been the new ones that are there in the manual install. So if we go here, go to not that version, go to boots, go to preview. So you're going to see that these boots now 80, 81, 82, 86, these have all come from the update that was released for FIFA 22 yesterday, I think. So these boots are now done and they've been updated. I have also updated from yesterday. I also updated some boots from FIFA 22, and it's the first 1 to 14. These boot textures have now been updated, so the classic boots that you see in game you'll now be able to see those. Those are numbers 1 to 14. You can see those in Creation Master. Okay. I'm going to upload the video. Once this live is finished, that's when I'm going to upload the files, and then I'll put a note on my community post as to when the video is actually live, so when the links are live. Okay, and for everybody that is asked before, yes, there is going to be a media file link for the new content. Okay, explain for beginners. I understand correctly that after installing version 4, you can immediately install 4.04 without installing fixes, or you need to install... Yes, absolutely. For that version, you will only... When you go to the files, right, they're saved like so. Let me go here, and we're going to go to... Okay, so right, so they are always numbered 1 to 2, so this is your clue as to what order they're going to go in. So if, for example, in the last update I had 1, 2 and 3 and 4, those have been deleted because this one now takes care of it, and that's how it will always be done. So it doesn't matter what's been installed, you just follow this number 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, whatever the number is that you can see. Okay, so this will be live soon. Alright, where to download it? I've already mentioned this is why I'm doing this video, because not enough people are watching the content and they're not paying attention to what you have to do. I will also add a mega link at some point as well. There is already a mega link, but they will be released slowly during the day. Hurry, Champions League and Europa League game crashes in career mode. This is what version 4.04 fixes. If you were talking about a crash that happens around the 20th of July, that is related to the C++ error, which is here, and that has been fixed. That means that you have not installed the mod correctly, and you need to follow this video, go back and watch the beginning of this video and watch how this has been done. Maybe at some point later on I will do a different video to show these, probably with version 4.1. I won't do it live, I will actually make a proper video with full installation, but I think that's everything for today really. Let me just have a quick look. Is there anything else I want to show you? Oh yes, I've added a couple of new kits as well. So there is new kits for Lazio. Now have kits with sponsors on them, which should have been on there already. I've got AC Milan kits as well, and Juventus 4th kit. So AC Milan 4th kit and Juventus 4th kit as well. All right. And what's this kit 326? And Fenerbahce, there's also an alternate home version of Fenerbahce kit as well. I forgot all about that. What else have we got in here? We've got some new faces, some updated faces, just a few of them. One of them, there was a guy called Aránguiz who was causing a crash. That was actually to do with his player name, but that's okay now. That's all fixed. And balls, these are now all of the balls. So what you will now see is in the Champions League and any tournament which has a specific ball, you'll be able to see those balls in there. The ad boards, all of the ad boards have updated. So tournaments now have the correct ad boards. And of course, tournament update, this is for the stadiums. All right. Okay. Explain for where to download it. I just said this. Omega link. Aren't media file links available now yet? No, the links are not available until the end of this video, and I will make it last longer. I want to ensure that people watch the video and follow the instructions, because I will keep linking back to this video for people to follow. Okay. Thanks for the hard gameplay. Oh, what this mod in here? So I don't know if people know this or not, but if you go to the game, where are we? Which one are we? This one here, and we go to FIP. In here, there's a folder called mods, and in here you have lots of different options. Now, some people install these by default, but I prefer to have them separate because some people have really old computers, not very good. So this one here, that will install a new camera which is very similar to the FIFA 21 camera. This one is a difficulty mod which some people find very, very, very hard, which I think that's what you're referring to. Enhanced kit wrinkles just makes the kits look a little bit crisper, which is nice. Enhanced weather effects, very good. The snow effect is cool in this as well. This one here, in career mode, when you're playing career mode, if you enable this, what this will do is it will show you all of the stats for all of the players. I leave it here because that's cheating, in my opinion. HBZ graphics mod, this is just a little thing that I've created. If you install this, it will give you brighter colours and things like that. This here, high quality hair render, will show the hair in high quality even from a long distance. It actually makes the game look so much better, I must admit. But I will warn you that by doing this, it will put more stress on your GPU. So install them. If it slows down your computer, then then obviously you need to uninstall them. This one here, this is a mix between a mod that I found and the one by Beta, excuse me, and I've merged them together, and this is quite interesting because this adds different dynamics, but I will eventually have a look at this and maybe release one of my own. Okay, what else? What else? What about goalkeeper alternate kits? Yeah, there's loads. There are quite a lot of them. Some of them I haven't assigned at the moment just because I've been a little bit lazy. But yeah, there are quite a lot of alternate kits. For example, with Arsenal, we have 3 extra alternate kits. So you've got an orange one, you've got a blue one, and also I think maybe black or yellow, maybe yellow probably, and yellow. Okay, so some teams do have alternate kits. You also have different versions from different years. You also have Champions League versions. A little exclusive for you guys. I'm actually going to write a new script in one of the updates which actually allows you to be able to use cup numbers and things like that in other tournaments without actually adding the files. So that's coming in a later update. Okay, the boot manager only applies 1 boot per player. Yeah, they can only use 1 boot per player. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Now the other option is you can do this. Is if your player is wearing a boot, what you can do is you can do this. Instead of doing that, what you can do, let me see, go here. You can do what I've done here. Now what this does is it assigns a specific boot to a specific player. And what that specific player does, so this is home, so 0 here refers to home, 1 is away, and 3 is the third kit, and 9 is the alternate home. And this has different versions of different boots that this player will play generically. So this version of a boot, I think I created some of these boots myself, so these are not actually available for you guys. So this boot here, which I think is quite nice, and also this version here. So these versions will be put on the player, yeah, and these versions, when I play in the Champions League, he will wear these boots instead. Okay, so that's how you get around it. But if you do apply a boot to a player using the boot manager software, that will override these files. Okay, so you need to bear that in mind. I haven't made many assignments in there actually, probably only about 5 or 6 players I think. Can you change the kit sleeves for weather conditions? For example, rainy days players has short sleeves. Yes. Excuse me. Yes. Now, in general, any players that have come from FIFA 22 will have their weather condition sleeves as they are in that game. Any new players, I tend to change them so it would be for like a normal player. So if it's cold and it's rainy, then they would have long sleeves or an undershirt. If they are known for not wearing gloves, then they won't have gloves, and so on. So it all depends on the knowledge of the players there. A lot of people don't add these things, but then they come and play in winter, and that's just unrealistic. When it's winter and it's snowing, people wear gloves. They do. And, you know, very, very few players don't. When it's snowing, it's bad. So in that weather, most players will have long sleeves and gloves and so on. And so that's how that works. All right. Yes, it's just said that it's being uploaded to Mediafire. I've been enjoying your mod, Harry. Thank you. No, thank you, man. I hope you enjoy it. What about latest transfers? Latest transfers are coming up. Scouser is finishing off a couple of things, and once he's done, I'm going to then do my bit and get the mod out to you. The next mod's going to be interesting. It's going to have the 2022 transfers and also the Confederation packs, which are amazing. If you haven't seen them, go and have a look at FIP14. I'm very envious of FIP16 because it has far less in it than FIP14 in terms of faces, stadiums, all that stuff. It doesn't have any of that stuff, and it also doesn't have the limitations that I have on the databases. So yeah, all good. Right, lost stream again in live. Okay, right. So thank you very much, everybody. I am live, aren't I? Okay. Trippy. Alright, so I think I've done pretty much everything you need to know. And I'm going to go. So, sorry, what's this one here? Thanks a lot, Harry. Want to ask you, how about adding restart mode on career mode? Yeah, I will do that. I will add this restart mode and also edit mode into it. Some of the themes already have edit player mode, but restart I can add it. It'll be added at some point. Like with everything, it just comes down to time. You know, I've got to add it at some point, and it's not as simple as that. Thank you very much. No problem, my guy. Should we wait for the latest transfers to install? No, that's not how it works. The installs work one by one, so you do version 4, then you do whatever comes next. That's how it works. So there's no reason for you to wait. The only reason you want to wait is because you want the winter transfers, and they are going to happen. Unlike last year, where unfortunately I was not able to finish, it will definitely have winter transfers. And it just comes down to when Scouser is ready. If Scouser is not going to be ready by the weekend, and I'm not saying that FIP16 will be released, I may just go ahead and do a version and send that out, and then do the Confederation pack afterwards. I'll let you know. Alright? When will the update be live? After this video is finished. 4.10 date. No date. I never give dates. Never. This season is about to be over, so a possible next update starts. No, the next update will be still this season because the season isn't over, and the hope is, I'm not saying we're going to do this, but my hope is what will happen with this mod is version 4 will continue on for a little while, and we will probably, I think I'll probably end up adding the 2022 Brazil League, for example, 2022 Japan and China leagues. I think I'll probably do that stuff, and then probably add some stuff like, at some point I'll probably release like a massive face pack, and stuff like that. maybe if I'm probably not going to do stadiums anymore, for at least until version 5, I think, because it's not that they take a long time, it's just that they're quite big files, and because I have this issue with my hard drive, I need to keep everything quite small and quite light at the moment. And that's why the other day I was moving files away and some people couldn't get to things. Oh, thank you very much for a donation. Pedro, I am going to say that is the first donation I have ever had for making mods. And so I really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I didn't even know that was activated, if I'm honest with you. So I really, really appreciate you. And if you wouldn't mind, everybody else that's in the chat, please give Pedro a clap, because that really is the first one. Thank you very much. Thank you. So unless anybody has any more questions, I will now go and start uploading the file. Maybe in a half an hour or so the links will be ready and updated. And yeah, thank you very, very, very much for all of your support. I really, really appreciate all of the time and the effort, and I really, really appreciate all of you that come back. Like you were saying here, Pedro, I've been playing your mod for years, mate, and thank you, and I appreciate it. I appreciate that people have been playing it for years. It's obviously Ariel went and Modding Way came in, was gone, and somebody needed to do something, and I'd started to get good enough to start releasing my own mods, and so I did one, and that was pretty much like Modding Way mod that I'd sort of added stuff to, and then the next season I did my own one completely from scratch, and then after that I think the second season, that's when I started doing FIP. And it's been great, and I've really enjoyed working with the team, because those guys, believe me, I'm quite a good modder, but those guys are much better than me, and they've been doing FIFA mods since like 2009 and stuff, like just amazing guys, really, really good stuff. And some of the stuff that Scouser does, he is amazing. Scouser is the best modder ever. Thank you very much, guys. Release cause possible in FIFA. Is release cause possible in FIFA? Yeah, no, unfortunately this isn't. So there's a couple of new things that I'd love to be able to add like this, but unfortunately I can't. So if there's any way in the future where I can stop and I have enough time to sit down and look at the game files and break the game and add things like this, then I will. But at the moment it's not possible. Link is coming soon, my friend. Thank you very much for the praise. What about a theme for 14? I recently, just literally about maybe 5-10 minutes ago, I mentioned the new themes. What I will do later on is I'll get this all fully installed, and I will then I'll get this fully installed, and then I will show the new themes, show everything that's showcased, and I'll do another features video. I may do that tonight, okay? So you may get a bonus live video tonight. Thank you very, very much. Title Update 10. Yes, I've included boots from Title Update 10. The faces I'm not going to do, because at the moment I've still got Update 6, 8 and 10 faces to do. And at the moment I am steering away from graphics, because unfortunately... unfortunately, the graphics are getting corrupted on my laptop, and until I change my laptop, there's nothing I can do about it. Anyway, guys, I think I'm up now. I need to go, and I only wanted to be on here for a maximum of an hour. Thank you all of you for all of your support. I really, really appreciate everything that you guys do, all of the feedback. Yes, sometimes I can be a bit funny and a bit rude, but it's because sometimes I'm a little bit tired and I get asked the same questions over and over again. What's my Arsenal versus West Ham prediction? I am predicting I have a feeling it's going to be 2-2. We should really beat West Ham, but I've just got a feeling that we won't. And it's going to be really, really interesting to see who gets top 4 this year. Can I download your files, or should I wait until you upload the clean files again? You can't download anything at the moment. Everything has been removed for download. So the new files will be updated soon. If you've installed Stadiums previously, you just need to install the new Stadium pack. I do need to mention the Stadiums actually. That's now been put into one folder of parts. I think it's 5 or 6 parts, and you will need to reinstall all of those to get the full updates. Yes, it's frustrating, but at some point I have to, you know, make a change, and because I was having the problems with corruption, I ended up making sure every file was okay, packaged it all up and put them all back up there. So hopefully, fingers crossed, nobody will have problems with Stadiums anymore. Media file link, yes, it will be a media file link. In fact, it will only be a media file link in the next version. So I'm going to go off, get this all updated, and stop answering questions now. After this video, all of these files will be available after this video. Okay, all right, I'm off now, guys. Good luck and have a nice day.